Hey, hopefully you guys got rested up. Let's get moving here. Now listen, all you level 1 guys that came back, I'm so glad you challenged yourself and you're here with us, all right? So what you want to do is take your time as we go through this portion of things, do what you can, have fun with it, and then we'll let you know what you can and can't do or what you are required or not required to do. You can do whatever you want, of course. I want you to try to make it all the way through the end because it's going to get a little complicated in what some of the things we're doing, but don't worry about it. Have fun with it, okay? All right, this is a little drill that we used to do and have done, we do it actually a lot of times in the kids' classes, and it's a little switching your base drill. When you do this, it's important that you keep your knees bent. You want to keep your feet close to the mat as possible. We don't want to be hopping up and down like this here, but it's just a way to get the blood really pumping and get some motion happening. Zarek did this in his last class on last Thursday, and it's a really cool one. All right, you're going to be in your fighting stance here, so we're going to go here. And when we switch, don't forget that when we switch, we can't get a big hop and switch. We want to switch. All right. Hear what's happening with my feet? I'm trying to keep them close, okay? So we're going to be in our fighting stance. We just stop halfway and then come back this way. Always keeping the hands up. And we go halfway and then back this way. So we're going to go back and forth. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Keep working. Good. Nice. Good. Keep the hands up. Good. Now we're going to go back and forth the whole way. Ready and go. Move those hips. And shoulders. Good. Nice job, all right? So you should be warmed up with that. Here we go. Let's take this leg up in 1, 2, get in motion again, 3, 4, getting ready to move, and 5. Good. Now on the other side. Ready in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, all right? Now find yourself a wall count or whatever. What we're going to do, remember, I'm going to take my legs here and up to the side. All right, that's going to be 1. I'm going to hold on to the cabinet. You can hold on to your friends. Ava and Emma, you can hold on to each other and do this together. But we're going to, if you find a counter, wall, whatever. Right, here we go. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. All right, good. Now we're going to come over here. Get in your fighting stance. So I'm going to be backwards to you. All right, remember, again, I'm waving my left hand, but if you wave at the camera, that's your right hand, all right? So I know you really, really smart people saying, Mr. Haven, your left leg is back, not your right. But I'm doing this for your benefit. I'm going backwards with the combination. So it looks the same. I don't want to confuse you when you're watching the screen, okay? So we're inside here. The hands are up just like this here, okay? Remember, in my fighting stance, I'm in position 1 and 3. We talked about our quadrant footwork already. All right, it's that line that's in the middle of those boxes is the center line. And we're always working on trying to move, keep our body motion, head motion when we're doing things. We don't want to be a stationary target, all right? So when I'm coming here, we talked about on Monday the fact that I'm not doing a step jab with this jab. If you look this way, I'm not stepping on the jab. Anytime I throw the jab, I can snap it. Remember, we've got 3 types of strikes. We've got a snapping strike, we got a thrusting strike, boom, a power strike, and then we got circular strikes, okay? So when we're coming in, a jab should be more like a snapping jab. I want to snap it out and back again. I can step with it, so on and so forth. But on Monday, we talked about the fact that we're moving into it, and I want to make sure that when I come out, notice not my belt, there's a little pivot to get that extension and that power into the jab, all right? Coming back. Here, all right? So now when I throw the jab, and if I throw across, I would pivot the other way, of course, all right? But I'm going to throw the jab, and then I'm going to change my level. And notice when I change my level, what happens to my hips? I throw the jab, see the belt turn, and I recover, and I change my level, and my hips came back. It's like a little spring. See, it's like, all right? So if I threw the jab, I would just come back and recover back to my position. Even then, the knot in the belt comes back. So when I go out and I change my level now, I change and then pivot and throw the hook, all right? Notice on this one, when I really throw this hook on this one, I do turn hard, right? And when I turn hard here, I want to make sure that my hip turns and my heel turns with me. I really want to load up on this leg now, all right? What I mean by that is when I throw this and I'm done, I'm not just going to recover back 50-50. I want to throw the jab, hook, and then I'm going to transfer my weight over to this leg here while my heel is up, because now I need to pivot this heel around. All right? When I pivot that heel around, I'm going to take this hand and drop it. All right? And this hand goes up over here to block. All right? The reason I do this, now the deal is we don't really stress about dropping the hand. We keep the hands up all the time. I know some systems will tell you, man, you got to really drop the hand to get the power on the kick, to speed it up, so on and so forth, right? But we're not doing that a lot, because again, you're really susceptible to getting hit here. And even though this hand's here, it doesn't provide a whole bunch of protection as much as this hand does here, right? But we are dropping the hand on this to really get the hips to be able to turn, to be able to get this leg to come out. Really important. So we go 1, 3, and 8. And then I can recover here, or I can recover back over here. That recovery is really important. We'll talk about it in a minute, right? So again, 1, 3, 8, and recover. 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 4 more. 1, 3, 8, and recover. 1, 3, 8, and recover. 1, 3, 8, and recover. Last one. 1, 3, 8, and recover. Good. All right, nice. Okay, so let's talk about what that combination does, because we're conditioning a response. We talked about that on Monday, okay? Conditioning a response is you do things to set up, to get people to respond a certain way. Sometimes we want them to respond appropriately, sometimes we don't want them to respond appropriately. Fighting, usually, I don't want them to respond appropriately, because then that means I'm not able to get my hands on them with a strike or a grab or take them down. But like when mom and dad are like, did you clean your room? Did you? And you go, huh, what? And they go, excuse me? And you go, oh, yes ma'am, yes sir, I understand. Like, that is when they do the, excuse me, they're conditioning a response. Or yes, they're conditioning a response out of you. That's an appropriate response, because we always want to respond appropriately to authority figures, or even friends, even showing them respect, right? Yes sir, yes ma'am, all right? Respond appropriately, really important. All right, so that conditioned response is something that we know is going to happen. But when I do this here, Zarek had a really cool thing that he showed. And usually I use tape. He used the magic shoes, all right? I was like, that is so cool, all right? And so when he did that, he had the shoes down because it helps us to see what is happening, okay? So if I'm in positions 1 and 3, that means my friend, if they are a traditional fighter and they're fighting orthodox, they're in positions 1 and 3, just the same as I am, all right? That means their left leg's forward, my left leg's forward. Their right leg's back, my right leg's back, okay? If they're southpaw, then it would be opposite of that. But most of the time, most of the people that you're going to go up against are going to be, the majority of people are right-handed, okay? So when I throw this jab here, like this, his head would be here and it would move, all right? Because again, look at the center line portion of things here. When I'm here and I throw this jab, he would take his head or she would take their head and they would move it to the side. It's called slipping the jab, all right? And I throw that jab. When that happens, notice they pick their hand up, which makes their body open. So when I throw the jab and they slip to the side there, then what's going to happen now is their body is going to be open. So off the 3. So I go 1 and I throw to the body the 3. So what happens is like I would go here and then the hook punch will come around here, which would make me go, We see all of a sudden when I do this, what do? I sink my weight to really kind of block that punch to the body, which makes it easy for somebody to throw that back leg, this foot off his back leg would come around and go whack, all right? And so the deal is throwing that back leg to me, and I throw this back leg to him, what happens is that it's a long-range kick, and so that's a really powerful kick, but they can see it coming, all right? That's why on this one, I drop the hand to really get it around, speed it up a little bit, but this 1, 3, opens up and makes it easy for me to throw that round kick, all right? And I really want to land that round kick. I want to land on the leg, bop, or to the body, bam, or to the head, bam. But we're really looking for the leg on this one, okay? But I really want to land it, really important. So we go 1, 3 to the body. See how it's open here? They would be here, I'd hit to the body, and then 3, we come around, all right? Now notice that how far my leg goes in, all right? I'm like off their back foot here. Because off that 1, 3, when it comes around, and they sink their weight, I'm really not gonna land in the front unless they do something. So when I land this round kick here, I'm gonna bring it back. So I come around and bring it back. So we go 1, 3, round and back. That's the recovery. That's the first combination. 1, 3, 8, and back, all right? So now, what happens if I land that, they're not gonna like it. Just like I said before, the jab is like, hey, I'm out, body. They say, it conditions that response, which lets me kick this leg right here. Bam, right there, right? Then I come back. They're not gonna like that at all. A lot of times, they will, off that round kick, they see me do the same combination again, especially if I look. I look with my eyes, I lead with my eyes. And I'm trying to like say, hey, I'm gonna kick down here, but I'm gonna really let them know I'm doing it, all right? I'm telegraphing, conditioning that response. 1, 3, 8, boom, all right? Now if I threw the 8 and they stepped back, and they said, and they just moved that leg back to let me miss, I'm going to fake that because I see that they did that. So I did it 1 time, 2 times. They didn't like me kicking the leg. If they don't move, I'm going to do it 3 times. If they don't like it, they're going to stay there. I'm going to do it 4 times. But then they're going to eventually step back. When I see them step back that first time, if I can catch it the first time, it's awesome. But if I see them do that, and then they recover back into their fighting stance, and they're like, you missed me. You didn't get it because I moved. Then I say, okay, I make a little note of that in my notebook up here. And I say 1, 3, and then I go to the 8, right? And they say, oh man, he's going to do that. They're going to move back. I see they move back. And when they move back, and I know they're going to do that, I'm going to really say, I'm going to do the technique again. This time I'm going to get it, but I'm going to fake this. It's called a feint, right? So I go here and here. Remember that drill we did at the beginning of the class? Where we go here and then here, and I switch. So I go 1, switch, and now look what leg is available to me. That leg. It's also 1, 3, switch 7. But it's a feint on the 3. That means I'm faking the 3. So I go 1, fake, and as I fake, 1, and I'm here, see, remember I recovered? And as I go to fake, that lets me switch, and then come out with the 7. So from the side, it's a 1, 3, 7. So 1, 3, 7, but it's a fake 3. 1, 3, 7. So again, it looks like this. 1, 3. See how I threw the 3, but I switched. And then the 7. So 1, 3, 7. So the first combination is a 1, 3, 8, and recover. Second combination is a 1, fake, 3, 7, and then I put the foot down in front this time. Because now I've switched my base. So first one, 1, 3, 8, and recover. Second one, 1, fake 3, 7, and recover. So let's go to the first one, 1, 3, 8, and back. Good. Second one, 1, 3, 7. First one, 1, 3, 8. Second one, 1, 3, 7. First one, 1, 3, 8. Good. Second one, 1, 3, 7. First one, 1, 3, 8. Second one, 1, 3, 7. I'm going to go on this side over here so you can see it. Let's do it again. 1, 3, 8. Second one, 1, 3, 7. First one, 1, 3, 8. Second one, 1, 3, 7. All right? Hey, I want you to take a few moments, really practice that. You have the video with you, so you're going to be able to go back and rewind it, work it. Little dragons, level 1s. If you guys hung through that, that's awesome. That was really cool. And you should be able to do at least the first combination, which is the 1, 3, 8. Yay! All right, you can probably do that one. All right, at least, definitely do the 1 and the 3, and then you're back again. It's a jab and a hook, and it works really well, right? And then, of course, the second one, we add the kick. Now, remember that kosodachi, because what we want to do is the 1, 3, and remember now if they step back, and I see them step back, but I did not get the switch when I threw the round kick. I don't have to just put that in my notebook. I can go 1, 3, oh, the leg's not there, they step back. What can I do next? Stay tuned, and you're gonna find out on Friday, all right, and see how that works. We're gonna add to the combination. One more thing to do from there, and it even works on the 1 switch 7 too, because sometimes when I'm here and I say, oh, I know he's going to step back, I'm going to fake him out, and I go to throw the 7, they move back again. What do? I'll let you know on Friday. You got to come to class on Friday. See you then. All right. Now, one last thing before we go. Remember, we talked about the leg kicks, leg sets. Okay. So we're going to go through our leg set. We're going to have them based out in levels. We have our basic leg set, intermediate leg set, and then our advanced leg set, okay? I'm going to go through it really slow and then show you. We're going to start with the basic, all right? And then what we'll do is, if we have time today, we'll put the intermediate in there. And then Friday, we'll add the advanced and then do the whole thing. That way it's on video for you to be able to do, okay? So the way we start is we start with all of our drills from attention position, the courtesy bow, and we're going to open up into our fighting stance, just like this here. All right, the first kick that comes out, remember we have a long and short range. Short range kicks are off the front leg. Long range kicks are typically off the back leg, okay? Short range kicks are typically, for the most part, fast kicks, all right? Like a front snap kick. If I come out here and I want to kick like up to the groin area, I, boom, and it just come out and snap it and back. It's fast, kicking with the top instep of the foot, coming up, all right? If I want to go into the leg, I can go kick right up into the inside of the leg. It's almost like a round front kick, all right? But it's a snapping kick. I can also come to the head with the ball of the foot, and it's a snapping, thrusting type kick, but it's fast. Does that make sense? Like we also talked about before, kicks are snapping, thrusting, or circular, all our strikes, okay? So we have a short and a long range. Our short range kicks usually are like the jab, short range strike, right? Long range strike would be the cross. You see them coming, but they're very powerful. Typically, long range kicks are super powerful. All right, long range strikes are powerful because the hip turns and the whole body gets into the technique. All right, remember in our kicks, there's 4 parts to most kicks, and that is a chamber, extension, a rechamber, and placing it down. Where that differs in some of the advanced kicks where the leg is straight as the motion takes place. All right, it's more speed and momentum that adds the power into the kick. But most of our basic kicks are chamber, extension, rechamber, place it down. On the 3 basic kicks is our front kick, round kick, and side kick. That's where all kicks pretty much come from. All right, front kick, round kick, and side kick. Then we have 5 fundamental kicks. 3 of those are the basic kicks, and then we add the crescent and the hook kick. All right, the crescent kick is a variation of the front kick, believe it or not, and the hook kick is a variation of the side kick. Those are your 5 fundamental kicks right there, right? Front, round, side, crescent, and hook. And then we add jumps, spins, steps, those types of things to turn them into different kicks, all right? We have jump spin, we have 360 spins, we have 180 spins, we have 180 jump spins, we have mystic flips, we have K kicks, Q kicks, blah, 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 all right? And they're just variations of those kicks. But the 3 basics are front, round inside. So when we're inside here in our fighting stance, we start, of course, with our short range front kick. It's going to be a snapping kick. So I come up and I bring my knee up, chamber, and then I extend it, toes pointed, kicking with the instep, re-chamber, and then placing it down. Placing it down, that number 4 is super important because that sets up the next technique. I just don't want to plop my foot down anywhere. After I kick, I want to be in total control of my leg. So when I put it down and place it down, it's exactly where I want it to be to set up the next technique. I want to be able to land, have good balance, have good base, and be able to move into the next sequence. I'm always beginning with the end in mind, all right? So I chamber, extend, re-chamber, place it down. So chamber, extension, re-chamber, place it down. When I'm here now I bring out the other one. Now remember, when we talk in Fortress, we come out, Inochi 10, we talk about pivoting first because we're breaking the kick down and making the technique down in pieces and timing. Typically though, the extension comes with the pivot. So when I chamber my leg here, notice I haven't pivoted yet, but when I thrust the kick out, because this is a thrusting kick with the ball of the foot, and I get my extension, you're going to see that, see how that foot pivoted down? And then I re-chamber, and then I place my foot down. Now I've switched my stance. All right, see how that works? Hands are up. Let's go back again. Ready? And snapping front kick, short range front kick. Chamber, extension, re-chamber, place it down. Long range front kick. Chamber, extension, don't forget the pivot, ball of the foot, re-chamber, place it down. Now, when I do the round kick, when I'm explaining it to you, I start with the pivot. So that way you can see that you have to do this. You have to pick the heel up and pivot it this way. Then I'm going to chamber my leg. It's like a front kick, but the chamber is sideways now, and then extend. Think of when I'm swinging a baseball bat. All right? When I swing the baseball bat, I don't put the front of the bat out and then bring the back and then turn my hips. The first thing that comes out is my hip, all right? Then my arms, then this part of the bat, and the last thing that comes around is the end of the bat, all right? Same with the golf club. When I come here, the hip comes, and then we tuck it in, and then we come over, and the head of the golf club is the last thing that comes around, all right? So when we're doing this motion, it's the same thing on the round kick. My pivot comes here, so I actually work this, and then the hip comes out, and then I come up with the leg and then the end of the foot. But when we do the pivot, it comes with the extension. So it's kind of hard to say chamber, and then extend, and then re-chamber, put it down. We want to make sure all 4 become one. That's why we teach the kick in chamber, extension, re-chamber, place it down. But all 4 of those things become one, all right? So look, let's do it, break it down first. Let's get the pivot, just put the pivot in, all right? Now we're going to chamber, extension, re-chamber, and then place it down. On this particular kick, we're kicking with the instep of the foot. A lot of different parts of the foot we can kick with. Ball of the foot, the heel of the foot, blade of the foot, arch of the foot, instep of the foot, outside of the foot. The heel can be the bottom of the heel, the side of the heel, the back of the heel. So there's a lot of different places we can kick with the foot. All right, a lot of different parts. Very specific weapon, very specific target. All right, we talk about that all the time. What we're working with is this area right here on this particular round kick, okay? All right, so let's go back again. Now we're gonna make those motions all one motion. Front kick, and round kick. So we come up, snapping front kick, all 4 become one. Ready? Put it down, and now the front kick, and become one. Now the round kick. All right, see how that works? When I place this foot down now, look where I put it. Just like this. All right, we started here in position 1 and 3. Bop, front kick. We went to 2 and 4, and then I come out, and now from here, now I'm in positions 2 and 3. Remember, box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4 would be back over here. I'm in 2 and 3 because I placed it there, because now I'm going to come in and kosadachi. I'm not using this kosadachi or this back step to be able to spin here. I'm using the back step, not even to be able to pivot. I'm using the back step here to be able to cover distance. So I come here, kosadachi, back step, whatever you want to call it. At this point in time, we want the heel to face in here, okay? And now we bring this leg up into chamber. Notice my heel will drop to the mat. I come up in chamber, and then I come out, blade and heel. Now notice that the blade comes out, but the heel is the first thing. I'm turning my foot to the side. That's a flat foot, that's bladed, all right? So it's the heel and then the blade. And then I re-chamber, and then I place it down. Notice I placed it again in 1 and 3, all right? So let's go back again. Let's try that side kick. Step, chamber, extension, re-chamber, place it down. Let's go back and try it again. It's called a step side kick, all right? There again, side kicks are one of the most versatile kicks you have. I can do a snap side kick this way, snap side kick this way. Snap, snap. I can do a back side kick here. I can do a front side kick. I can do a spin, I can do a step side. It's a very versatile kick. It's strong as it goes to the side, the whole body behind it. So we're doing a step side kick here, okay? So now we're going to do it all one motion. Remember, we step, chamber, extension, re-chamber, place down. Looks like this. All right? Keeping the hands up. Let's go again. Step side kick. Hand down. Good. All right? So here we go. In our fighting stance, courtesy bow. Fighting stance here. Now we're going to go all the way through. Snap front kick. 1. Long range 2. Good. Round kick. 3. And step side kick. 4. Nice. Good. Now from here, we're going to come inside, turn this heel, and we're going to do a side kick, but backwards. Look this way. Keep looking. Now look at the camera. Look at me. Now we are wound up in kosadachi. We got there a different way. It's not a back step this time. It's actually we end up in this kosadachi stance. And I put the heel down, chamber, extension, just like the step side kick. It looks exactly the same. All I've done is spun to get here. Just like that there. And now all we do is turn and face this way. All right? So let's go again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And then we turn this way. Okay? Now what the rest of it is an inside and outside crescent kick. We'll talk about the crescent kick on Friday, and then we'll get probably into the intermediate level of this leg set, and that's it. We probably won't jump into the advanced, but I will do it for you so you can have it and have something to look forward to. But we'll go through the details of it on Friday, along with the crescent kicks, okay? Let's try it one more time, and then we'll get out of here. So again, ready from attention position, courtesy bow, and fighting stance. Good. So now, coming out my giddy, all right? So front leg, short range, front kick, all right? Now, back leg. Good. Now, mawashi giddy, all right? Mawashi giddy, round kick. All the way. Don't forget that the pivot happens on the extension. So all one motion. Chamber, extension, re-chamber, place it down. Good. Now we've placed it right here. Now remember, our back step into kosadachi and yokogiri, side kick. Blade and heel. Good. Now, ura ushirigiri. It's a back spinning side kick. So we pick the heel up. We end up in kosadachi again. All right. But I'm just going to finish up with the side kick. Put my foot down, and then we turn and we face the other direction. All right, when I put my foot down here, I want to be in my fighting stance here. Really important that I'm back in my right leg back fighting stance on this one. Okay? Hey, you did a great job today. All right, good work, everybody. Don't forget, it's halfway through the week. Don't forget that tomorrow it is going to be our Zoom class, 4 o'clock. And then, of course, Eric's MMA class is going to be out as well. He's going to be continuing, of course, putting all of those things together that he's been doing the whole time. He's worked good hand speed drills. He's worked, of course, the Boxer's 8, really refined that. He's worked the combinations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and understanding and identifying those numbers along with the elbows and the kicks, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's also worked his footwork drills. He's worked fundamentals of kicking like we just did here. He's worked his combinations, putting all those things together, and that's what he's done. Now, of course, he's worked shooting, because it's MMA, Inochi, all right? Inochi, mixed martial arts. Everything that we do here is blended together, you understand? From self-defense and things of that nature, all right? It's just MMA is a more specific sport set, and there's rules and things of that nature. We teach you, of course, all the rules from all the stuff when you're inside here, so you should be able to pick up the MMA class with no problem understanding that, all right? The different rules are, of course, you don't have cloth to grab and stuff like that. So anyway, but he's covered all of those things, but you should have no problem doing it because that's what we do all the time, and that's important that you understand. It's just not karate, it's just not judo, it's just not wrestling, just not jiu-jitsu. It is putting things together because we want you to be able to handle yourself and take care of yourself no matter where things go, all right? Because you're such a great person, we want to keep you around, all right? And you want to keep yourself around. And you want to be able to help other people. And if it requires you to be able to strike or have to strike, we want you to be able to strike with confidence, all right? That's not the first thing that we would do option-wise, but again, if you had to. If you have to take somebody down, we want you to do so with confidence. If we want you to grapple and hold somebody and control them without hurting them, sometimes people need help. They don't need to be hurt. All right, so you want to be able to do that safely and with confidence. If you need to throw somebody and get out of there, throw them. If you need to throw them gently, we want you to do it. If you need to throw them and make them go down and make the earth hit them, we need you to do that too. All right, so all the way across the board, we want you to be able to handle yourself, defend yourself, but most importantly is making the right decision and doing the right thing at the right time. All right, pretty much every fight that turns into a fight could have been avoided because somebody should have done a wise decision. Be able to walk away. Don't let other people control you or affect you. Their emotions, their opinions, those types of things really don't have an impact on you until it becomes physical and becomes confrontational. At that point in time, that's when you need to make a good choice with confidence, not freaking out and being scared. Composure, remember, composure is the ability to think clearly when you're under pressure, right? So that's what everything that we do here is about, and so that's what we're doing. Don't forget, next week we're going to be back on the mats again. We're taking pretty much every bit of what we've done solo drill-wise and putting it together. If you have like a brother or sister that would be interested in coming in to work with you, let me know about that because we want to invite them in. All right, if mom and dad want to come work with you, that's awesome too. If you want to bring another family member that lives in your house, it's important, in the same household with you to class to be one of your partners, that's awesome, all right, because we want everybody to be able to have a live partner. If you do not have that, it's not a big deal, all right? We're actually going to work and be able to come and give you a list of equipment that you're going to need to bring, show you how to do it, and to make your own Inochi buddy, all right? So that way you have a partner to be able to work with when it comes to a lot of the positional control, grappling, things of that nature, all right? So that's where it's going to work. There's going to be a few other details. We'll send that information out to you in an email, all right? Hey, don't forget, have a blessed day. We'll see everybody at Zoom tomorrow. And most importantly, live life on purpose and never quit.